Damaging winds, heavy rainfall, and damaging and hazardous surf continues to impact much of eastern Australia today. Now, firstly, we can see what's driving this. We've had a very large and complex low pressure system off the New South Wales coast. That really rapidly deepened yesterday and overnight, bringing a burst of heavy rain and storms as well as strong winds to the New South Wales coast as it wrapped around the low. But this morning it's starting to move towards the north and northeast away from the New South Wales coast. We could see a second low give a close pass towards the New South Wales coast, and that's going to lead to an increase of winds and rain this afternoon and this evening. Now, looking at the rain over the last 12 hours, we can see a lot of heavy rainfall to the south coast and the Illawarra. And if you can look closely, you can actually see the low wind up here in the radar earlier this morning as this tight circulation moves up the coast. Now, that's good news that it is moving away, and that's why we've seen that rain and winds ease through some parts of the New South Wales coast. But that second surge we're going to see this afternoon and this evening is going to lead to an increase of rain through eastern Victoria and southern parts of New South Wales. Now, this has brought some very heavy rainfall in the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. Looking at some of those numbers, we can see widespread falls from southern Sydney all the way down to the south coast of 100 to 200 millimetres, where Ulladulla had a fall of 224 millimetres in the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning, with many other locations getting 50 to 150 millimetres from eastern Victoria all the way up to the Sydney metropolitan area. We've also seen damaging to destructive winds as well in the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. These red dots show locations that experience winds greater than 90 kilometres an hour, with many coastal locations on the south and central coast of New South Wales seeing winds at or above 100 kilometres an hour, including places like Penrith, as well as Point Perpendicular, around Ulladulla, Montague Island as well. So it's been very windy through there. And because of that, and with more wind likely to continue, we do have severe weather warning currents for large parts of New South Wales, and also as far north as southeast Queensland and even into eastern parts of New South Wales and much of coastal New South Wales as well, from Seal Rocks all the way down to around Bega. What this means, if you live in these yellow highlighted areas, winds today and tonight into the early hours of tomorrow could be strong enough to bring down trees and power lines, gusting in that 70 to 90 kilometre an hour range. And we could see gusts in excess of 100 kilometres an hour for some of our coastal and elevated parts of southern New South Wales and eastern Victoria. But also note it's going to be pretty windy in southeast Queensland as well, and the feels like temperature will make it feel even colder up there, as well as to northern parts of New South Wales. But that's what's happened. But what is to come over the rest of today and into tomorrow? Well, this low, as you saw, is moving away, but that second surge is going to bring another burst of rain and wind for the southern coast of New South Wales through the Ulladulla and even up through, the Illawarra, and even up into the central parts of New South Wales later today into tonight. Then, as we move into tomorrow morning, we could see parts of the New South Wales coast actually waking up to sunshine tomorrow morning, but the rain will likely continue lingering through eastern parts of Victoria as we move through tonight and into Thursday morning. And then by the time we get to Thursday afternoon and Friday, we're going to see rain clearing all of eastern Australia as high pressure moves in. How much rainfall are we likely to see? Well, another 50 to 100 millimetres is quite likely today and tonight through eastern Victoria and around to the south coast and up towards the Illawarra of New South Wales as well. And those falls will push inland towards our mountainous areas. Now, that's on top of the 100 to 200 millimetres that we've already seen, particularly through parts of New South Wales. And that's why we have flood watches and flood warnings current for these areas. And we do have a couple of flood warnings current as well, with these green areas showing areas of minor flooding, and these orange areas, including the Genoa River and the Hawkesbury Nepean River, could experience moderate flooding tonight and into tomorrow. While these purple areas show areas currently under a flood watch, meaning forecast rainfall could lead to flash and riverine flooding in these areas, particularly with what has already fallen through parts of Victoria and southern parts of New South Wales. And there's a lot of weather with all this. And finally, the last element of that is the damaging and hazardous surf conditions. We do have coastal hazard warnings for dangerous and damaging surf, pretty much from Seal Rocks all the way down to the Victorian border, as So we've seen waves of 4 to 5 and even 6 metres offshore, and you can see here, you could even get up to 6 to 8 metres as we move through this afternoon and to tonight. And then we get a belt of stronger waves overnight before finally that too will start easing on Thursday morning, and particularly by Friday morning, we'll see those waves and winds really come down. So to reiterate, severe weather warnings current for many of our elevated areas and parts of coastal areas of New South Wales for damaging winds today and tonight, and with more rain expected today and tonight as well. Make sure you stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings by our website, app and social media, and we'll continue to keep you updated here at the Bureau.